Good morning, friends. It is a beautiful day here in Ohio. The sun is shining, the lilacs are blooming, and early summer, I think, has finally arrived. So we are gonna plant up a bunch of summer annuals today. We're gonna be planting up my front window boxes that we built last summer, as well as the big stone planters that we've got on the front porch. Those are all of the containers that really have the highest visibility on the front exterior of our home. So I want to make a big impact. I want to plant some beautiful things that are gonna just look nice all summer, that are gonna grow all summer and be beautiful.
So nothing says a beautiful spring day like a country drive out to one of my favorite local greenhouses. Even if I have no intention on buying anything, I come out here multiple times in the season just as a form of therapy. Flower therapy is a real thing, guys. But on this day, I looked around. There were so many stunning hanging baskets, annuals to choose from. I just kind of let my heart decide, and I was actually more drawn to the reds and greens this year. Usually I love cool tone flowers, but I thought red could be really striking for summer. It's easy to incorporate patriotic decor that way, and I don't know, I'm just feeling like changing it up. So I ended up heading home. I picked up some red geraniums. These are the Savannah Really Reds is what they're called. I got a ton of those. I think this is Hip Hop Euphorbia as a filler. The geranium is going to be my thriller in my window box. I got some Super Tunia Vista Snowdrift. I had this all along my driveway last year and it was so pretty. I will say this is an aggressive annual. All of the Super Tunia Vistas are, so you use them and plant them sparingly. I've got some purple fountain grass I'm going to use as a thriller plant, and then I have some creeping Jenny. The other filler I picked up was some verbena. I think this variety is called, Cascade Scarlet. So anyway, that's all the reds and the greens I picked up, and now we'll get to planting. I've been on the lookout for you guys for some affordable wicker outdoor furniture, and I'm excited about this set from the Home Depot, but I'm more excited to tell you about the free app Bilt that helps you assemble, install, and set up products right the first time. As someone who is terrible at reading instructions, I'm thankful I can just toss those in the trash, open up my Bilt app, and I'm provided with step-by-step instructions that allow me to pause and rewind as I go. I can zoom in and out and rotate images 360 degrees for just the right perspective, and each product overview shows how many people, how much time it will take, and how many steps the project entails. As a visual person, having the 3D models in the instructions is just so helpful, so I can see exactly how the chair should be assembled. It also identifies which tools to use and where, for again, someone like me that is not the most informed about tools. Whether you're a professional, a DIYer, or just an everyday person like me, the Bilt app can show you hundreds and thousands of simple tasks ranging from assembling furniture to unclogging a toilet or a drain. So many things to benefit from in having this app on your phone. So be sure to download it for free today using the link down in my description. And thanks again, Bilt, for partnering with me today. Okay, friends, so you head out to the garden center. You're all excited to buy annuals for maybe a planter you have by your front door or a container down your driveway, but you aren't sure what to buy. Obviously, you want to look at where the container is, how much sun it gets, but beyond that, the method that I like to follow is the traditional Thriller, filler, spiller method. This is tried and true. As long as you sort of pick complementary colors, it pretty much is a fail-proof method. And for my thriller this year, I went with purple fountain grass. I really love that grassy texture in here, and I love that deep purple color. I think it looks really pretty against the chartreuse green I have going on. For my fillers in these stone containers, I'm using the red verbena and the super tunias, and I love the red and white, again, for summer, for patriotic holidays. I can decorate to complement that, and our school colors are red and white as well, so I thought that was fun. But for your filler, you want to find something that is going to provide a lot of color and a lot of blooms. That's the most important thing. You want something that's going to continue to bloom all season long and really fill out your container. And then last but not least, your spiller. So you want to find something that will vine and spill out of the container and make its way downward, providing, again, more texture, a pop of color. It just provides a lot of balance to your container. So for my spiller today, I'm using Creeping Jenny. That is my favorite. I pretty much always use Creeping Jenny every single year. I love the pop of the bright green, and it doesn't look like much when I get it planted today, but trust me, it takes maybe 2 to 4 weeks and you will see it trellising downward, spilling out of your container in no time. And I'm really just excited to watch it continue to fill out and grow all season. It doesn't look amazing the day you plant it, but give it a month and wow, it will be such a show. When I think of red summer annuals, the very first thing that comes to mind are geraniums. There is probably not a more classic choice when it comes to summer flowers. I think of my grandmother, my mom and dad. They used to have big red geraniums growing at their homes in the summertime, and it's sort of nostalgic to me from growing up in the Midwest. And so since I was drawn to red this year, I thought, why not? So I got this beautiful full red geranium hanging basket and opted to place that on a shepherd's hook right on my front flower bed. And I really love the clean, crisp look of that. It adds a pop of color. It's really fun. And I think as my hydrangeas continue to bloom out, it will be very pretty. But here in the window boxes, I'm also doing red geraniums. Those are going to serve as my thriller throughout the whole box. I'm keeping it a little bit more simple in my window boxes versus the stone planters we already did. For my fillers between the geraniums and doing the euphorbia. I love euphorbia. It adds a lot of green. Their blooms aren't big. They don't add a ton of impact, but they add just a little bit of whimsy to the very structured geraniums. I love the whimsical look of them.
They look beautiful.
Thank you.
They look pretty.
Thank you. And here's just a quick tour of the front of our home after all the flowers have been planted. I think that it turned out very striking. It's very bold, which isn't like me, but I think it's clean and classic and simple, and I really am loving it. I'm excited to continue to just enjoy the warmer days, enjoy being out here on the front porch, and it was a lot of fun planting today. But I thought for the end of this video, I would do a quick vegetable garden tour. So now that you've seen the front of the house and all of my summer annual flowers, let's go to the backyard and take a look at my garden. So in full transparency, I really wanted to bring you guys with me when I planted my veggie garden, but I did it on Mother's Day with my kids and I just didn't feel like pulling out the camera, but I figured I'd show you what's in my garden.
So here's our very humble backyard garden. We don't have a ton of beds. I have dreams and aspirations of having a much bigger garden someday, but I'm still learning. I'm still figuring this whole gardening thing out. And until I start to gain more confidence and experience, I'm trying not to bite off more than I can chew. So I've got a couple years of vegetable gardening under my belt. I've learned quite a bit already, but I figured I'd just share sort of what method I'm doing this year in my raised beds and what I have planted. So you can see this front bed, there are a lot of stakes, and that is because I'm going with single stem pruning method with my tomatoes this year, and I'm going to grow them vertically, pruning them continuously on one single stem. So they should grow upwards, and we'll see how that goes. In theory, you can fit a lot more in your raised bed that way, so I'm trying it out. In years past, I used a cattle panel one year. I've used cages, both worked great, but I'm excited to try this method because I was able to do 4 different varieties, and I have 5 tomato plants in one bed. So I'm excited. You can see the bottom of my stems are pretty bare from the get-go. I like to prune all the leaves off of the first few inches of the stem just as it continues to fill out and grow upwards. I like to keep the bottom aerated to prevent any bacteria or disease. So you'll see that as a theme throughout all my veggies. In the front 2 stakes here, this is Celebrity tomato, and they are a large slicing tomato variety. They are great. I did them last year and they performed really well. I've seemed to already lost the tags. My kids have a tendency to pull them, so I'm gonna try to remember. That back there is a yellow, sorry, it's not focused, there we go. A yellow pear cherry tomato, so small pear-shaped yellow tomatoes. This is a regular red cherry tomato plant, and then back there are actually mini cherry tomatoes, which I have never seen before, but it looks adorable. I think the variety is called Candyland. Really cute. So these will really fill out in the months to come. I love having tomatoes for salsa, spaghetti sauce. I eat caprese salad like every day in the summer. It's so good. And then in the front here, I have my basil plants, which get enormous come the end of summer, so I wanted to give them plenty of room. And in the front there, I have a little parsley plant. When I get my herbs in the garden, in the bed, I like to give them a rejuvenation chop. So you can see I really gave him a pretty good haircut there, just to rejuvenate new growth, get rid of anything that's leggy. I find that it helps a lot. And I'll probably get questions about our beds. You can find these in the garden section at Lowe's. They're just these cinder blocks that you can arrange however you want, and you just put wood boards of your choice in the slots. So we did untreated cedar, I believe. And it's just a really easy way to do garden beds. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's practical. But anyway, I also have a few of these planter raised boxes. I have 3 of them. This one I moved to where it gets primarily shade. It gets a little bit of morning sun and then shade throughout the afternoon. So I put a bunch of lettuce in here. So I've got some romaine that I have just watered, so it's a little like floppy and sad looking. Some salad mix through here, so I can come and pick my lettuce, my tomato, cucumber, make a garden salad. Sounds amazing, right? And then this bed holds all my peppers. So you can see, actually let's talk about the trellis first. I got this black trellis from Gardener Supply. I have loved everything I've bought from them. Really great company, but there's nothing on the trellis because the kids and I directly planted some pole bean seeds right into the ground there. So my hope is that they will trellis up. So pray that the seeds live and sprout and all that good stuff. So green beans in the trellis portion, and then you can see there's the ends are sort of cage shaped. So on either side of the cage I've got some peppers. Those are hot banana, and then on this side I believe I have red peppers. And then same concept as the tomatoes, I'm going to try to vertically grow cucumbers this year on a single stem, which I need to come out. I need to grab my pruners and cut this sucker off. I also need to tie these and get them going. I just put them in the ground yesterday, so yeah, need to do that still. In the front here I had some room, but I didn't want to put anything tall because I didn't want to screen out the pole beans, so I did some more herbs. I've got cilantro in the front here, which, like I said, gave a hefty haircut. And then same thing with my dill. We love to use dill for homemade tzatziki sauce and Greek Mediterranean inspired food. And then I can't get enough cilantro in salsa and Mexican dishes, so wanted to plant 2 of those as well. So I mentioned that's hot banana. Over here are all peppers. So this is a jalapeno, again for salsa. And this year I am gonna try to pickle a lot more. I have recently got into fermenting sauerkraut and kefir. I attempted my first round of pickles the other day that were delicious. So I wanted to do a bunch of varieties of peppers to hopefully pickle and have on sandwiches and just as a side dish this summer. So like I said, I have hot banana, I have jalapeno. These are red snacking bell peppers, so they're like miniature red bells. Those are also miniature red bells. Another jalapeno, and then right there I've got some more hot peppers. These are the Tabasco heirloom hot peppers. So I haven't tried those before. I've seen them around the last couple of years, but I haven't actually tried them. So I'm excited about that. I have a tilting shepherd's hook. It was not tilting before I watered my pansies. Whoops. Now it is tilting, I'm realizing. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But my idea with this was just to have some pretty flowers back here, but then also to have somewhere to hang my watering can. We'll bring the sprinkler out here a bunch, but sometimes I like to water the old-fashioned way. Over here, this is the last bed, and same concept as the cucumbers. I am attempting to vertically grow zucchini. So I've been eating a lot more zucchini lately. I don't particularly love yellow squash. I know they go hand in hand in the summer, but I'm just doing 2 zucchini here. And I'm really excited. I watched 3 or 4 YouTube videos and saw others successfully grow zucchini vertically, so I'm excited to try it. And then last but not least, in this hanging basket, I just did 3 strawberry plants. And I don't foresee us getting some high yield of strawberries. That's not really my intention with this one. This was more for the kids. this has only been planted like 2 or 3 days, and the kids have already wanted to come out here every day and check to see if there's any that they can pick and just eat right off the plant. So yeah, I'm excited to just have these for a few months. These are the ever blooming, is that right? Is that how you say it? So they should bloom twice now and then again in June. There's ever bearing, that's it, not ever blooming. Ever bearing, meaning they bloom I think twice, and then there's June bearing, which means they only bloom in June. So I tried to get the ever bearing option, and I just think this is a really sweet addition to our little backyard garden.
Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed today's video, planting flowers, getting the porch ready for summer, and then seeing what's in my vegetable garden this year. I can't wait to bring you along with me as we do more gardening together, and I will see you all really soon in my next video. Be sure to check out the Bilt app. It is free. Check out the link down in my description to download it today, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye.